Kette geladen. Kette getauscht.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Scharfschützen! Los, los, los!
Ja, machen zum Gefecht.
Kraftfahrer bereit. Lichtschütze bereit.
Ladeschütze, frei. Hi, Tankman. I live in Russia.
Aufschlitzen! Los, los, los!
Klar machen zum Gefecht.
Kraftfahrer bereit. Lichtschütze bereit. Ladeschütze bereit. MG geladen. Panzer, 1 Uhr, im Nahbereich.
Panzer, 1 Uhr. Nah.
Panzer, 12 Uhr.
Nah.
Panzer, 12 Uhr, im Nahbereich.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Delta, 6. Störung.
Delta! 6! Bestätige Koordinaten! Aufgepasst! Abgefeuert!
Panzer, 12 Uhr. Nah.
Achtung! Artillerieschlag!
Vorladung geladen.
The evidence how shitty this game is. I was unable to shoot through a completely visible piece of the game. Simply because the hitbox is completely different from what you can see in game. There's a wall right freaking here. Hello, Tonk. Is it an unrelated Tonk or it's a mispronounced tank? If so, we have a lot of tank-related names today.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Well, today is relatively better than some other days, for example. But in previous 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, I've got some additional evidence of how this game is rigged. One piece being my shot from the moon rover beam shattering on the TAM-2 IP's armor. And the other one, my inability to penetrate a freaking rattle with the 20 mil aftercannon from this vehicle. And this penetration should be enough to penetrate the freaking rattle. But for some freaking reason, the game had decided that it wasn't. I guess I won't be able to reach this one. And before that, like a couple of weeks ago, I've landed two direct shots to the side armor of a T-80, if I'm not of some modification of a T-80, with my Type 10, with Type 10 rounds, which are basically the top rounds for the tank. 2 shots from like 20 meters range or so, if not closer. Well, around 20, I guess. Under the right angle, directly to the side. And that did absolutely fucking nothing to the tank.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Our victory is near.
Holy shit, that took them a shitload of effort to kill a single this shoot sponsor. If I'm lucky, I'm gonna be able to drop a nuke with this SPA. Well, but they took out one of the enemy planes. Where is the Corsair? I honestly don't have a clue about what's going on in Roblox. Okay, I know some stuff, but I've never really played it for any basically period of time, so I do not know what to do in it, what's going on inside it. Do have some general knowledge about the game and the platform itself.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
We've never gotten a nuke. I'm closing on my 110th one. No, I cannot edit the player card right here. I can check it after I complete after I finish this battle. I mean, my personal record is dropping 3 nukes in like an hour and a half, I think. If I'm not mistaken. And the other one is getting my gold from the Thunder Show. I mean, it's recorded, you can see how it was done.
Artillerieschlag in diesem Sektor.
The heck is that Corsair? Also, judging by the sound, there's a 4005 somewhere nearby.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close. Attention to the map.
Here's the Corsair. Here's the 4005. So yeah, everything's basically recorded, and well, maybe not everything because I didn't record from the very beginning since I was playing this game. And I usually place a marking if I've dropped any nukes in the battle, so it can be easily found. Except maybe I should have marked the recording for which I've got my Thunder Show episode, I guess. Everybody's built different. You have a different DNA from the other person. Yep, closing on. But the first daily is going on not so great today. But that doesn't really matter since I'm also trying to grind this objective. Maybe not to its fullest since I'll still have some spare time tomorrow. But I do want to complete the intelligence objective with the Schutzpanzer. And while doing that, I also hope I'll be able to complete the other dailies as well. And that's basically actually a completely free-to-play account. I've never paid Gaijin for anything, simply because of how low quality their basically product is, their game is. And the stuff I've been encountering even more often lately just proves it.
Maschinengewehr geladen. Maschinengewehr geladen.
Okay, I was able to shoot down these fans. So the machine gun on the top is a 50 cal, but for some freaking reason it was not enough to shoot through a fence in the previous battle, I think? Or some other battle. So I'm not even sure how the machine guns work in this game. Even though it's supposed to be a high caliber round. And it still can be not enough, because it's a... I don't know what it is even anymore. Well, that's good, since I do not think they deserve to be paid for their product if it's this bad.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Echo. 8.
I mean, yeah, they've been developing their game. It's in their own reason to make the game better, not worse. But basically with each patch, they do it worse and worse and worse. The new mechanics usually do not provide better gameplay. They usually provide more bugs instead.
10 Uhr. Entfernung 300 Meter.
The enemy has captured.
Which is not a great stuff as well.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Panzer 9 Uhr. Entfernung 400 Meter.
Ziel zerstört. Vorladungsgranate geladen. Ziel getroffen.
Greetings, Ruby Fox. I'm not exactly an enjoyer, I would say. It's a nice vehicle, but I can't say that it's an outstanding one.
10 Uhr. Nah.
Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the fact that you can shoot from behind cover with its recoilless rifle. But I think I would enjoy it. I would have enjoyed it more if it had a proper engine,
Panzer
like all other Jagdpanzer-based vehicles do. And where the fuck is my penetration here, for example?
Vorladungsgranate geladen.
Panzer 12 Uhr. Entfernung 500 Meter. Panzer 12 Uhr. Entfernung 500 Meter.
Ziel beschädigt. Auf dem Weg. Ziel ausgeschaltet.
That's how you use binoculars to shoot.
Einrichtantrieb ausgefallen! Vorladung geladen! Seitenrichtantrieb ausgefallen!
Panzer, 10 Uhr, im Nahbereich. Panzer, 1 Uhr, Entfernung, 300 Meter.
Ziel zerstört!
Finally. No, not really. It wants your money and your soul.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Foxtrot, 7, niederhalten.
Foxtrot, 7. Bestätige Koordinaten. Aufgepasst. Abgefeuert. Multiple zones are taken by the enemy.
Panzer, 3 Uhr, Entfernung, 300 Meter.
So amazing. I'm unable to freaking move towards the point simply because there's a T-34 or T-29 on my side. And even though it was scouted for minutes already, nobody was able to reach it, and my shot just did 0 damage to the vehicle itself. It's a T-29. Yeah, good luck with that.
Panzer, 4 Uhr, Entfernung, 300 Meter.
Ziel beschädigt!
Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. I was hoping for some more damage.
Vorladungsgranate geladen!
Oh,
Panzer,
you did that.
1 Uhr, Entfernung, 400 Meter.
So you're a fun necromancer, I guess, since you were able to revive it. Oh, you're using your PC now.
Vorladung geladen! Ziel getroffen!
Huh? Where the fuck is my shell?
Vorladung geladen! Ziel zerstört!
Panzer, 4 Uhr, Entfernung, 300 Meter.
Vorladungsgranate geladen!
Rückwärts, Marsch.
Yeah, just be wary of your phone overheating. That's a bit dangerous. At least hopefully YouTube app is not as performance requiring performance I don't know, requesting as some 3D apps, for example. So it shouldn't be as bad, I guess.
Auf Koordinaten. Foxtrot, 7.
But still, using your phones during charging basically tends them to overheat. And it is not a great stuff. Great, so I was able to reach the C point, but now I'm basically defenseless since I do not have any heals protecting me. And the T-29 should be advancing on me, I suppose. Oh, there it is. Great. So how do I got shot from behind?
Melde schon.
Excellent! Attention to the map!
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna survive that. Oh, but I did survive that somehow.
Vorladung geladen.
What's funny is I'm getting close to another nuke again. But I'm not sure I'll be able to get one. With this Schutzpanzer at least. Panther is an amazing tank. Especially since it has a very smooth transmission. Well, not a transmission? Suspension. Since it has a very smooth suspension, you can go on a cruise control first or second speed, and you basically almost equals to you having a stabilizer. So you can continue shooting on the move. I've actually played a bunch of battles yesterday with Panther F. Well, I can't say they're a bias. They're great, but they're not something overpowered. In my opinion, at least. Especially since you can easily penetrate their front turret plate. Even the turret mask. The only impenetrable stuff is just the mantle just around the gun barrel. And the sides can be easily destroyed with the artillery units the Gaijin have added. They've been adding some of them more and more recently, and there's a lot of them right now. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting a nuke this battle.
We don't have the advantage anymore.
There are two enemy heavies on that C point. If only there was one of them, I had a chance, I would say. But with two of them, it's almost impossible. I would say that's the enemy's fault that they were unable to do anything about you. First thing you should do if you cannot penetrate the enemy from the front is to shoot its gun barrel. But recently, even the gun barrel damage have become inconsistent. Shooting an enemy gun barrel with the top tier shots often does absolutely fucking nothing. And you're just wondering what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? Why am I even playing this quote-unquote the most realistic game? And T-34 is unable, the American one, unable to destroy the Panzer. It's just so freaking stupid. If I'm not mistaken, the gun of the T-34 allows it to just penetrate your frontal plate without any second thought.
Aufblitzen! Bereit machen für freien Kontakt!
Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Kraftfahrer bereit. Lichtschütze bereit.
Unfortunately, I didn't scout it in time. Otherwise, I would have get myself the intelligence award already.
Panzer, 12 Uhr. Im Nahbereich.
Ziel beschädigt!
Yeah! So, where the fuck is my damage from a fucking hit shot?
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Hotel 5. Niederhalten.
Hotel! 5! Bestätige Koordinaten! Aufgepasst! Abgefeuert!
Allied forces have captured a zone. Yeah, 100. 3,000 meters. Attention to the map.
The funny thing is, my crew saw the enemy plane, but I still do not freaking see it myself. I mean, I'm trying. That's not exactly the today's goal. But hopefully I'll drop one or more today. For fuck's sake, I was hoping to repair this guy.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Hotel 3. Sturm.
Hotel! 3! Bestätige Koordinaten! Aufgepasst! Abgefeuert!
Yeah, and how do you expect me to see that?
Ziel getroffen!
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Getroffen!
Right, the minute Gisho's hit was not enough.
The enemy is winning.
Alright, I'll take my words back. It was enough. It didn't have an immediate effect, though. Shit. Well, guess in terms of lack of our enemy, of our entire protection, I'll have to pick another one. What are you even playing at the moment? PUBG? Oh yeah, it's PUBG. If you pronounce it properly, I would say. Okay, most of the enemy planes are dealt with. There's still MiG-9 somewhere. I feel like he did survive. Pretty sure the enemies will choose some more enemies to play. Simply because CAS rules over the ground. Well, at least it's not as bad as in top tier battles. Because I'm better. No, honestly, I do not know. But yeah, sometimes I do feel that people target me constantly, even though there's much more targets around them. Much more available targets. I do watch Spookstone from time to time, but I'm not really a constant watcher of his videos. Guess there are only two YouTubers that I've been watching over the what's under content. It's Thornide, but he's, I guess, not as productive these days as he was before. Maltzy, basically. I don't know, I do watch some videos from time to time when I stumble upon them. Just do not watch him constantly.
Artillerieschlag auf Koordinaten. Foxtrot. 2. Stören.
Oh, so it was a lightly armored one. Great. Okay, now we have proved that this brick had hacks. Top tier is also infested with the hackers. It's more bearable during in mid tiers, I would say. But on top tier, it's a complete shit show. And recently, with the addition of all the satellite missiles, a lot of TV missiles. My favorites, I would say it's a Type 99. I guess it's a Japanese SPG with the with an auto-loading mechanism for 7.5 seconds, and top shots can provide you with around 14 kilos of TNT, which is I think the biggest SPG shell, except for the Sturm Tiger, obviously.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
T-34, 1 Uhr. Entfernung 700 Meter.
Attention to the map. Attention to the map.
Over.
Vorladung geladen.
The Japanese one, Type 99,
Thank you very much.
huge ass SPG, was added relatively recently. Well, yeah, very relatively, I guess. I think it's a year old, maybe, by now. I like how you're not getting the intelligence award for enemies that are killed while they were still scouted. Yeah, Tiger, great positioning.
Panzer 7 Uhr. Entfernung 900 Meter.
Attention to the map.
Panzer!
12 Uhr. Entfernung 900 Meter.
Panzer!
11 Uhr.
And another destroyed enemy. And no scouting. Wait a second, I have to answer a call.
Panzer 1 Uhr. Entfernung 700 Meter.
Panzer!
1 Uhr. Entfernung 500 Meter.
Achtung, Artillerieschlag.
Vorladung geladen.
Wait a bit, I'm still answering my phone call.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Ah! If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Enemy forces have captured a zone. The Allied forces have captured a zone. But next time, victory will be ours.
I'm finally back. I'm finally back. The least favorite one, you say? I don't even know. I haven't played some of them because they were added after I've passed them in the tech tree, for example. I don't even know how Doom Turtle is capable of fighting though, since I do not even have it yet. But I did try out the tortoise, and it was pretty fun. Well, I have a 4.7 Puma with the pack gun, and this one is amazing. Because of the gun, basically, even though it's an open-topped one. and with the limited traversion in terms of horizontal. Aren't they all the same, all the T-26s? I would say that one of the worst tanks is like this one, Kami, for example. But I feel like it wasn't 1.0 when I was researching this tech tree. I feel like it was higher than that. I don't think it was 1.0 when I was playing it. I feel like it was noticeably higher. And basically why I think that's one of the worst vehicles of the game. Thankfully it's this low, so it doesn't really matter. But still I feel like it was higher. I feel like Chino is pretty useless. Even though it's 3.3, its gun is very lacking in terms of penetration. And at 3.3, you're basically fighting T-34s all around. Is it really that different though? .240 to 40 SP. 2.9. Oh, can actually do this. The gun is the same except for this one, which is not the reserve one. But every other T-26 except this one has the same 45mm cannon. I don't see any French T-26s though. Whoops. If I'm not mistaken, this turret is from T-28, T-35, and it's basically useless. Yeah, that penetration is lower than the one you had on 45mm cannon. Even though this one is a 76 one. Oh, you're talking about another useless tank, you mean? Yeah, the early French tanks are pretty awful. The only good stuff about them is that they can handle some enemy shots. Like this one has 27mm of pellet penetration. This? No, this one's better. This one's even more better. I did skip the French simply because I think I've had this EBR from another event, so I've played a bit of it when I needed to play French. So I feel like I've skipped some of the early vehicles completely. What's my service record? Yeah, that's... Oh, that's because I've been using the SPAA, that's why there are 11 spawns on this and and I have a single spawn on these two vehicles. I did play a bit of this AMX, since it's basically a chassis turret with a stabilizer on the AMX base, and it's quite nice, but the problem is that this AMX is rank 2. And yeah, again, the game just doesn't make any sense when you look at it. Let's look at all the chassis we have in the game. 3.7 rank 2, 3.7 rank 3, 3.7 rank 2, 3.7 rank 3 again? Why? And this one is a rank 3.7 again and rank 2 again. How the fuck it makes any freaking sense? It doesn't make any sense of how this is supposed to work. And I do like the chassis. The one that I've been using in my Japanese tech trees basically got aced, simply because of how much I've been playing it. Oh, right, also, this is the Type 99. Actually, maybe I should be playing this setup instead. Simply because of this as SPRG, since it is capable of scouting as well. The problem is it's not your brain supposed to be to hurt. It's the snail's brain supposed to be hurt of why the heck it's this way and not the proper way how it's supposed to be, in my opinion. They have like, so they have 4 chassis, 2 on rank 2 and 2 on rank 3 for some reason, and you have another hybrid that's kind of close in terms of performance, but it's still rank 2 for some freaking reason. I would say that the newest Panzer Haubitze 2000 is the lower rider, because of 2 reasons. It has the stabilizer, even though it's not capable of softening all the bumps on the road, but it's still kind of good, and it has the laser rangefinder as well. Type 99 doesn't have either of this stuff, but its vertical drives are strong enough so you can still basically shoot while moving if you're moving at low speeds. The only difference between Vider and the Panzerhaubitze, I suppose, is the lack of thermals on Panzerhaubitze, I guess. How the fuck did they scout them? Now I'm kind of doubting those that have scouted them across the map.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Because it seems like they continue to scout enemies through all the bushes, through all the... across the whole map. Yeah, I think it still has?
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Our victory is near.
Okay, feels like changing back to hit shells instead of... what's their name even? Of the hash ones. Was the right decision.
Another zone captured.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the thermals is the reason why the Vider is this high. Isn't it like 8.3 or something? Here's my double barrel shotgun.
戦車日時の方向目標まで400
Okay, can't reach that one. Let's move a bit. Really? You saw me through... Oh, it was this one, not from the other side. I thought that the other guy saw me through several layers of bushes again.
Attack the B point!
And this is why I love this vehicle. And yeah, I have an very appropriate decal on the side of it. Maybe I should remove the Happy New Year one though, because it's a bit late already. They should add you have a hole in your whole plane, I guess. Because that was a 9 kilos of TNT exploding next to the plane. One of the best FPAs of the game. Even though I do say it jokingly, it's not exactly... It's not... It's not a joke. Autoloading with proximity fuse just brings miracles over and over again. And now, since they've added this ammo crate, you can even reload the proximity fuse shells away from the score points if you are unable to reach any. Honestly, it could have been an OP one if it had a fire control system, for example. Would be no equal SPA on these ratings.
We are losing.
And it's also relatively quick, 50 kilos, and it can reach that speed pretty much anywhere. Yeah, planes going boom is really fun stuff you can do in this game. Especially when you destroy them with vehicles that are not really supposed to shoot down the enemy planes.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Guess that's more pain to the injury. When you do that. Oh, really? You need some repairs? Stop! Don't repair! Oh, really? Well, now I've got to find another one. Hey, I did land the shot. The problem is it's invulnerable.
유단 소딩 완료.
Was.
목표 리벤지.
I feel like my best shot that was not supposed to be... well, my best air kill that was done with the ground vehicle was when I was able to shoot two, I think, or maybe pair two. I'm not sure which one of them. I was able to kill one with the King Tiger from like a kilometer distance or so. But it was so long ago that I wasn't recording back at the time, so I don't have the recording of that.
유단 소딩 완료.
Okay, tree, get out of here, of my sight. Oh great, there was another one.
유단 소딩 완료. 유단 소딩 완료.
유단호 소댐.
유단 소딩 완료.
Oh, that's unfortunate that the visual is so far away.
유단 소딩 완료. 유단 소딩 완료.
군대.
유단 소딩 완료.
Where the heck is that SPA?
유단 소딩 완료. Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Guess I won't be landing any shots like that.
유단 소딩 완료.
Hey! Finally? Maybe? For fuck's sake, I don't have enough time! Yep.
戦車10時の方向目標まで550。
Excuse me, what? The rangefinder said it was 550.
目標に命中。
유단 소딩 완료.
Yes, I'm leaving this battle without the help of the repairs again. I also have a bunch of kills with air kills with mouse. And even though like one or two of them were made with the machine gun, I do think I've made a lot of them with either main caliber or the coaxial 75 mil. Let's see. That's obvious. And now we have Type 75 on 8th place. Basically, Type 75 is what I was using before they've introduced the Type 99 to the game. It's basically a M109 but with after reloading mechanism, which allows you to reload in 10 seconds, even though you're lacking some of your crew members. The loading mechanism will do everything. And I was playing it a lot. Yeah, okay, yes, Type 99 is one of the newest, my most beloved vehicles, but Type 75 is one of my favorite ones, and Jagdpanzer as well, I guess. Oh, actually, Type 99 is actually closing in on air kills, even though it has much less total games. I already have almost 200 air kills with it. Also Bacan, which kind of obvious, and even faster after reload. I suppose most of these kills were made with the Browning on the top of it. This one is simply because it has an autocannon, which is like on 35 mil. I actually didn't know that I was able. I don't think this one is that effective. I've killed more ground vehicles than air ones with this SPA. Depends which Panther, depends which Tiger. There's a lot of each models. If it's a King Tiger 105, no, I'm not gonna be using that one. And it doesn't make any freaking sense why the heck they've decided to move it on 7.0, because it has a slower rate of fire, less penetration, and the same armor, but it's one step higher. Why the heck I should be playing that one instead of the standard Henschel one? And they've moved the Porsche Turm as well. Now it was previously at 6.3, and it was fine at its battle ranking, I guess, simply because of how much weaker its turret is. But it's at 6.7 again. But at the same time, I kind of understand, simply because remember I was talking about the personal record of 3 nukes in under an hour and a half. I did it with the 6.3 preset, and King Tiger was the main vehicle I was using in these battles. Tiger E and Panther A. Let's see. This one, 14. Yeah, I would go for the Panther, I would say. I feel like Panther is... Hey, yeah, also, don't forget that Panther's gun is capable of penetrating more than the first Tiger's cannon. Simply because it's shorter than the King Tiger's, and it has like 160 millimeters of penetration, I think, at point blank. So yeah, I feel like Panther A is better in every aspect, maybe except the reload rate, which is faster at the Tiger E, but that's basically the only redeeming feature. Okay, maybe I came up with another one. just the dagger is simply bigger, which means more space inside, which means slightly higher survivability. But depending on which shot you're gonna catch, it's either a one shot or two shot. I would say. Yeah, but don't forget that in terms of penetration, I feel like the developers did state somewhere that if the shot has more penetration left when it's penetrating the plate, it generates more spall inside. So basically, more penetration means more spall inside the end, means more damage. So even additional filament is not really that helpful as the penetration. You can argue that the British shots are basically useless in that regard, but at the same time, don't forget that they're using APCRs? RCs? I don't remember the abbreviation, sorry. So they use the smaller shells, which means they have less mass, which again means less kinetic energy. Which again means less spall. So even though they're flying at higher speeds, they deal less damage. Because of that.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Great, both assist and intelligence award. No, that was already a dead one. Okay. Good night, I suppose, since you need some rest. See you next time. Depending on the SPG you were shooting at, if it did not have enough armor, maybe the fuse didn't work. But you know what? I really. So I've been talking about how the game was rigged, right? Another short story, if you're still there. So my 52mm shot from ISU 152 going through Tiger's mask, penetrating it, and not exploding it. And not exploding inside. So basically not doing damage inside. There's so much shit that I've experienced in like recent days. Shooting a M51 with the Pac Puma, penetrating the front plate, and my shot not exploding inside for some reason, killing the machine gunner only. How the heck were we able to push the enemies to their own spawn point? Ouch. Guess it's an XP time.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Attention to the map! Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close. Attention to the designated grid square.
I feel like I should just switch this objective already. Light and medium tank. Eh, have enough light and medium tanks in this setup. Yeah, let's start with the medium one, I guess.
車両に乗り込め。
準備完了せよ。操縦手準備完了。攻守準備完了。
装填手準備完了。
攻撃。座標デルタセブン破壊せよ。
デルタ、セブン、了解。続け。
目標に命中。目標に命中。
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
対戦車榴弾装填完了。
命中。
対戦車榴弾装填完了。
命中。
We no longer have these vehicles.
Is that really an Avra?
対戦車榴弾装填完了。
Allied forces have captured a zone. The enemy's getting closer to victory.
For fuck's sake.
on the enemy. They're winning. The enemy has most of the strategic zones. If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Attention to the designated grid square.
The text fucking stays there nowadays. You know why? Because a couple of days ago I was unable to penetrate TAM2 IP's turret with Object 279's shell. And yesterday I was unable to penetrate Raytel with the German 25mm cannon, after cannon, which has the penetration of 56 at point blank, and it was an almost point blank distance. It was like 20 meters or so. So until the developers will be able to fix the game, which I'm quite sure they won't be able to do that ever, the text will basically stays there forever.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
Okay. I can actually grab the video of the object penetration, quote-unquote penetration, because I did save that to show my squadron mates. Although, give me a second, I've gotta find it. Wait a second, why the heck it's... Oh. Here's my shot going to the turret and doing nothing. Today? Well, that's what? That's a 7.3 because of this vehicle, basically. I was planning to complete this objective and the dailies today, but simply because the first daily objective was to repair somebody, I was unable to complete it in... I don't know how many. In all of these battles. So we decided just to swap it, finally, for something that sounds doable, because your own allies do not survive 2 shots usually. They do not survive a lot of 1 shots, and praying for them to survive even more is even more stupid, I guess. So I had to switch that the moment I've got it. So now I just need 2 additional kills with the medium tank, complete some more scouting with the Type 60, and then I'll be able to switch to the second daily objective. Finally. I wasn't even planning to complete the Mark of Distinction today, but I've already got 30k of the progress out of 45. So I feel like I'm going to be almost completing it. Right. At least it did some damage. Contrary to how it usually goes. That doesn't even matter which battle rank it is. As I was saying, my Object 279 was unable to penetrate the enemy that basically doesn't have an armor against the cannon that object is using. That's 9.0. Rattle is like, I don't remember, it's like 6.7, I think? Maybe? 6.3, maybe? I was using the 6.7 Schutzpanzer from the battle from one of the previous battle passes. And before that, 2 of my shots from like under 20 meters with type 10 shots from the type 10 tank to the side armor of the The side armor of the T-80 tank did absolutely nothing. Oh great, now this prick shoots without a fucking line of sight. I knew some shit was going on, but not this kind of shit. Okay, guess we have another report on our hands.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
So, 2 straight shots at point blank distance at right angle to the side armor of T-80 did absolutely 0 damage. And I have the recording of that on one of my streams. I can't even give you the link if you want. I made three shots. Okay, one shot is supposedly went through into the wall, hit the wall hitbox, and that's why I didn't do anything. But the next two clearly should have been able to do something, simply because they've landed directly to the side armor of the tank. That was already like in a 1 crew member, so it had 2 crew members left only. So one kill should have been enough. But I guess 2 direct shots to the tank was clearly not enough in terms of Gaijin gameplay. Oh, yeah, that's this cunt again. And the whole game is fucking infested with the hackers all over the fucking place. And the developers are unable to do shit about them, even though that's basically their own code. There's just more and more reasons for players to not freaking pay anything to the developers. But no, tons of people just pay them for additional copy-paste premiums. They freaking added 2 almost identical vehicles in previous as premiums. Not improving on the game at freaking all. Can somebody fucking tell me where the fuck is the damage from my first shot? And why the fuck they're using fucking super glue so I am incapable of moving? And why the fuck 2 my hit shots to the fucking face of the tank was not enough to destroy an IS-3 tank? The game is literally fucking rigged against me, and I'm fighting against all the fucking odds. I feel like I was saved simply because of how high my crew level is.
Returning to the airfield. Allied forces have captured the zone.
fuck's sake, the game is incapable of understanding my simple commands. Oh, fucking course! An armorless vehicle survives a direct hit of 40 kilos of TNT. That's how you're supposed to play this crap. An assist won't do, because it's gonna take ages to do that. So now I need only a multi-strike. And oh yeah, and a fucking win. Which is basically a mission impossible.
Attention to the designated grid square.
And I fucking again direct shot to the gun barrel. And absolutely nothing.
Victory is near. We've captured most of the strategic zones.
At least I've got the double strike. So now all I need is to win this one.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
Which actually looks surprisingly possible.
We have most of the zones.
Feel like I've heard an engine on my left, but I suppose it was this plane instead? And judging by the fact that Twister got killed, there are no more enemies in front of me? At least there shouldn't be.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
At least for the time being. Holy shit, the enemies are freaking aces! Came into the battle and crashed their planes, one after another. First the Corsair, now the A2D. For fuck's sake.
自走式対空兵器12時の方向直射可能距離大戦車榴弾を同
Finally.
目標に命中対戦車榴弾装填完了
Also, I wonder if destroying the FCS for the remote control turret kills all the turret controls, or it's still possible to use it. Suppose it shouldn't allow that. But at least dailies are finally done. What's my progress? I've almost completed this mark, which I'm gonna complete tomorrow. With this objective. An air vehicle in a battle should be an easy peasy, plainy squeezy. But that's it for now. Bye bye.